Hey everybody, welcome back. You know, it's been a while. It's been like 3 or 4 months till I made a video. I've been fighting the cancer. You know, it's an ongoing battle, and I want to tell you what I did and how I treated it. Because in July of last year, 2022, Methodist Hospital in Houston, Texas, gave me 5 to 6 months to live with my diagnosis. Pancreatic stage 4 with metastasis, I still can't say it, tumors to my liver, both quadrants, okay? So my pancreas tumor is on the tail of my pancreas, inoperable, okay? And, you know, they told me it was a fast-growing cancer. You know, I mean, hurry up. I mean, you got a little short time to live. And I'll tell you what, if that doesn't send you for a mind screw, you don't have any idea. If you are a person watching this and you have cancer, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, I did bi-weekly chemo treatment, infusions. It is a combination of a few different chemo drugs. And, you know, I'd read up about a little bit about chemo, but here's the thing. They told me I had this short time to live. But then they said, oh, but we might be able to get you in a clinical trial. And, okay, yeah, and we can extend your life. Okay, let's check it out. So, they took a biopsy to identify the exact cancer I had. They decided on this chemo treatment. But then the clinical trial, they said I needed to wait. It'd be 30 days or more till they found out if I could do a candidate for the clinical trial. Now remember, they just told me it was a fast-spreading cancer and I had 5 to 6 months to live. And I'm like, what? And you know, 30, 40 days without treatment, then I'm just going to get worse. So, you know, the Lord above and my mom, and all my past loved ones and friends that are gone before me, I grew up on ranches, farms, showing horses, FFA, Future Farmers of America, those you don't know, you know, raising animals. My mom worked for veterinary clinics. She worked for equine veterinary clinics that just specialized in horses. She worked at MD Anderson Hospital back in the 60s before I was born. And she also worked for regular human doctors and an orthopedic surgeon, internal medicine doctor. But it was long-time jobs. You know, it wasn't just a month here or 6 months a year. No. So I always knew growing up about the crossover in medications between humans and animals, livestock. Because a lot of the times, even as kids, we took penicillin. You know, when we got flu or whatever. I mean, back then you could get a big old Bosal tablet, they call it, of penicillin for $5. Okay, this is back in the 70s. And that was kind of high, but it still would cost you $100 to go to the doctor. And we just we couldn't afford that. So, I mean, same thing. My dad would take his pocket knife and just shave off a little bit about the size of a human pill would be. There you go. And guess what? We got better. Okay. Now, y'all heard during the COVID-19 deal with the ivermectin. Right? This is not ivermectin I'm talking about. But it does have its beneficial uses, don't get me wrong. What we're going to talk today is what I did in this, starting out, the like the third day after I was diagnosed, contacted my aunt, my mom's sister, and I told her, you know, man, okay, pancreatic stage 4 cancer. And she's like, you know what? You need to go look this up on the internet, because I know somebody who cured their wife and themselves of cancer without the conventional treatment. Now, what I'm going to tell you, I want you to remember 3 things out of this. What I'm going to tell you, it's completely safe. Number 2, it works with just about all cancers, even the worst AAA negative breast cancer. It does have some, but it's really resistant to that. Alright? And the thing is you can use it with conventional treatments like the hospital gives you. Okay? That's what I did. I looked at it in my mind is that, okay, if there's this alternative treatment that I can get on the ball with before I start any conventional hospital treatment, chemo or whatever, then great. Then I'm going to say, hey, when they come up with the hospital treatment, I'm going to say, okay, the alternative treatment I'm going to tell you about is 1 barrel of a double barrel shotgun. And then you take the conventional treatment, the chemo, and you put the other barrel to the double barrel shotgun. Hey, if something is coming to kill me quickly, I want all the firepower I can get. Okay? I'm not scared to die, but I'm not ready to go right now. But that's all up to the man upstairs. But he put this path in front of me. Okay? My aunt told me about a man named Joe Tippens. Tippens. Joe Tippens Cancer Protocol. Alright, now don't worry about this. I'm going to leave it in the description. Okay? But here's the thing. I want to show you a picture of a PET scan at diagnosed in July 2022. Okay? And then, what I started doing is a drug called Fenbendazole. Okay? Now, the FDA makes a human drug called Menbendazole with an M. Okay? First one's Fenbendazole with an F. The other one's Menbendazole with an M. It's the same stuff, just packaged differently. Alright? For humans or animals. Alright? Here it is. Do you see the package? What does it say under there? Botanica C, Fenbendazole, K9 dewormer. Alright? You also want to take note, Merck. This stuff is made by the same company that makes the human version. Okay? And it also is got U.S. laboratories tested and stuff like that. Not no China bullshit. Alright? So, we'll talk about this some more in a second. Now, also, on Joe Tippens protocol, it talks about natural supplements and stuff. Alright? And he teamed up with a company called Ultra Botanicals. Now, let me tell you, I'm not affiliated with any of these companies with the Botanica, anything I show you in this video. This is all just me paying it forward. Okay? Paying it forward for you. And your loved one. Somebody you know, your neighbor, anybody. Tell them. Because the hospital's not going to tell you. They won't even prescribe the Fenbendazole that's FDA approved. Okay? And y'all bear with me on this. Now, I know it's going to be a long video, but there's information in here you need. Alright? And I'm going to show you. Now, after taking the Botanica, alright, and I started taking CBD oil, 1,000 milligrams, from honeybeehealthyliving.com. I'll leave it in the description. The stuff on Joe Tippens protocol, they talk about a ultra botanical company, pathway 1, pathway 2, and pathway 3. Alright? The first pathway is CBD oil. Okay? Comes pretty good bottle. But it's like $200 and something. Almost $300, I think. I even ordered a bottle of it. I'll tell you what. I'm sorry, Ultra Botanicals, you're watching this. That stuff tastes nasty. It sucks. And it's expensive. Okay? Do something about that. This stuff here, which I've used it in the past, and family and friends have used it, it's got flavors. You can choose like 3 different flavors. Okay? And this is not that expensive. It's like, I don't know, 20 bucks depending on what you get. Alright? It's a tincture. And now, when I'm not doing the chemo, or when I just did my last treatment, I'm like, I'll get that in a minute. But, screw chemo. Alright? I know several people have cured themselves with only the Fenbendazole. That's all they took. Okay? But, here's the Ultra Botanica, sorry, as a pathway 2. Alright? It's a supplement. It's a group of supplements. Now, in the original Joe Tippens protocol, there was a list of all these different supplements that you took. But what has happened is between pathway 2 and pathway 3, okay, all those supplements, they condensed them down to 2 capsules. Okay? Now, this comes in 3 4-gram packages. Okay? Now, my dosage I took was 1 gram per day, which is 1/4, a quarter of 1 packet in here. Alright, so this has got the 3 packets. That means you're looking at 12 days of treatment for this 1 box. And it's like 15 bucks now on Amazon. Yes, you buy it on Amazon. Have it delivered right to your house. Alright? But you better get on it quick. People are catching on to this. And they're going to probably, knowing our government, not a big pharma, they're going to do something about that shit. And cut us off. Alright? So, next thing I'm going to talk about is 4 months after my first 4 months after the PET scan that I showed you a few minutes ago, I had another PET scan done after like 4 months of treatment. Alright, November 2022. Let me show you what the cancer looks like. The black area on the brain, on the skull, is not cancer. The black in the groin area is not cancer. Alright? And there's 2 spots right at the bottom of that big, that you see here in this PET scan. That's just my kidney. That's not cancer. Okay? And basically what you're looking at is from July of 2022 to November 2022, 4 months, I was in remission. It wouldn't show up on a PET scan, people. All right? They couldn't, the hospital couldn't believe it. The doctor, a 17-year oncologist at Methodist, who really didn't even give a shit about my health, but she couldn't believe the results. She didn't get excited that I was getting better. All right? She won't put me on these chemo maintenance pills. Well, I took them. I took them like she said. I took half the dose she said. And you know it's pretty bad when a pharmaceutical, you can't get a medicine through the pharmacy. They got to ship it straight from the pharmaceutical company straight to your house by UPS. That kind of threw up some red flags to me. All right? Must be some really horrible shit. And it was. It screwed me up. I got in bed. I couldn't even get out of bed to go to the bathroom. I mean, puking, diarrhea. It was horrible. Worse than any chemo you could think about. Times 2. And I'm like, I ain't doing this shit no more. So, in 4 months, I was in remission. I quit taking the chemo maintenance pill after the first day. Nope, not doing that. I've got a lot of faith in my alternative treatment, Joe Tippens protocol, that's showing remarkable results. Because now, on that, there was a month and a half before my diagnosis and my first chemo treatment. Now, they run all the blood tests, and they have a cancer antigen marker, blood antigen marker CA19-9. Those people who know about cancer, they know about this. All right? The normal range for anybody without diagnosis of cancer is 0 to 35. It diagnosis mine was at 27,600 and something. Okay? Whoo! You look at that, you're like, damn, I'm ate up. You know, I'm going to die. But guess what? Before the first chemo treatment, all right, all of my blood tests, all the ones they did, including the CA19-9, was dropping. Okay? At the first treatment, it was at 22,000. Okay? Dropped 5,000 points in a month and a half with no hospital treatment. Just the Fenbendazole, the CBD, and natural supplements. Okay? That's it. That's it. These can't hurt you. It's natural supplements. This can't hurt you. It's CBD, no THC. Okay? This is not going to hurt you either. What do you have to lose? Okay? What do you have to lose? Don't wait. The sooner you do this, the better off that person's going to be. Alright? Because most people that are really bad off, you know, they wait too late to, you know, try. They trust the doctor. They trust the hospital. Chemo, what I researched, it goes after all fast-splitting cells. And even the doctor acknowledged that. Fast-splitting cells, cancer is a fast-splitting cell. All right, but that's why you lose your hair. And it messes with your feet and this, your fingers and this and that. Your hair, body hair. Because they're fast-splitting cells. All right? It's killing those, too. All right? But what you don't know, what they know, and what I know now, and what I'm telling you, cancer is a parasitic cell. Just like worms. This stuff attacks just the parasitic cells. Cancer. it's going to leave the rest of your good cells alone. So that your body's immune system can help fight off the cancer. Here it is. We are in April. Tomorrow is Easter of 2023. The doctor summary 3 weeks ago. Get this. 90% cured. Cured. C-U-R-E-D. Cured. They had to do a CT scan with contrast where they put this liquid on it and it makes everything glow. Alright? They had to do that to find my cancer. Because it wouldn't show up on a PET scan. Remember I showed you a minute ago. You couldn't find it. I went from a 6 to 8 centimeter tumor on the tail of my pancreas to less than 1 centimeter. My CA19-9 cancer antigen marker, blood marker. Guess where it's at? Less than 100. Less than 100. Like 76. Alright? 76. From 27,600 and something. And I'm supposed to be dead according to the hospital. I ain't supposed to be here talking to y'all. So, look, I'm not a doctor. I'm not any kind of medical professional. I'm sharing my story, and I share with everybody I can. Because this is... I talk to people who've already lost their loved ones, lost their dads, lost their mothers, lost their sisters, lost their son from cancer. That for like less than $1.50 a day can cure them. And if we're really bad off, it'll at least make them feel better and live them a longer life. Okay? But if you wait too late, people, look at this yourself. Okay? And just to show you, on the NIH, National Institute of Health website, I'm going to leave a link in the description for it. It says this. Remember, this is Fenbendazole. Okay? It says it kills cancer. Alright? Now, one last thing I'm going to show you. And so, how do you take this Fenbendazole? It comes in granules. Alright? And lastly, I'm going to show you what I do and what I've done. Because I'm going to be taking this the rest of my life. Okay? If you're in remission, start taking it. It'll keep them coming back. Alright? I got the empty capsules off of Amazon. Aught size. 0. Alright? Check this out. Now, again, I'm not affiliated with this company, but I definitely tell you it's great. Alright? You see that? Cap them quick. Made in the USA. Alright? And literally, let me turn around here, is it will make 50 capsules, fill 50 capsules at one time. Okay? I'm going to pull it out and show it to you. I hope anybody is still here and started from the beginning. I want to thank you. Alright? Because this is something that you need to do. You need to share it. Okay? Just say, hey, give him a shot. Give it a shot. Just listen. Alright? Now, on Facebook, any of you guys, people got Facebook? Go to mycancerstory.rock. Okay, Facebook page. That's Joe Tippens Protocol Facebook page, and there's a lot of people in there that are going through the same thing. Right? And they're doing this protocol, and some, I mean, you can see it every day. Positive progress, positive progress. But here's what that machine looks like. All right, that's all it is. You put the capsules in there. Raise this up, both sides, like that. See, raise it up. You drop the half of the capsules in there, fill it all up. That's 50 of them. Take the granules, sprinkle it in there. I try not to spill too much because it does leak. I don't want to waste my granules. But anyway, fill them up, and then put the caps on them. Alright? Once you got the caps on them, then you take that, flop these down, little spacers, and boom. The capsules will come up, and you can either pick them out of there one by one, and I put them in a pill bottle, empty pill bottle, and yeah, I found out is by just basically measuring. I took one packet, which is 4 grams, and I seen how many capsules it would fill up. Alright? It filled up 12 capsules. Alright? So that tells me 3 of them, 3 capsules is 1 gram. And that was my daily dose. And I'll tell you what, it's a lot easier. It doesn't take much time to fill up, make 50 of them. And I'm going to, where to get this, everyone knows. Nope, not Amazon. Nope. Alright? So, there you have it, folks. That's what I do. That's what I've done. There's been 2 instances during my treatment that I had no chemo for like over a month. I told you about the one in the beginning. Around the holidays, Christmas time, I didn't take any chemo. I didn't want to be sick during all that. And my numbers, my blood markers and stuff continue to drop. Okay? I am, at this point, not going to take any more chemo pills. I'm not doing any more chemo treatments. Alright? Now, any of y'all with insurance, you know, well, I might need to take something to keep the scan, the blood work going, right? Well, I ain't going to say what I'm doing or not doing on that. They won't know if I'm taking them maintenance pills or not. Not saying I'm not going to take them, but they ain't going to know if I didn't. But I guarantee you what I'll never stop taking is this. Right? This. And definitely the CBD oil. Alright? I'm going to finish this off. You can tell. Right? I've lost a little weight. I'm gaining it back. I usually was around 145. At the worst time, I was down to 120 at 5'7". Okay? You think this looks skinny? Alright? Alright? No, I was skinnier than that. So, I'm getting my weight back. I'm filling out. I think I'm up to 130 now. Soon be back up to 145 probably next month. So, the chemo can help some, but it's going to hurt you too. I'm not saying don't try the conventional treatments, but I am saying that no matter what you decide, alright, look into what I'm saying. Look at these links in the description. Alright? There's several of them I'm going to put there. Alright? And I'm opening the door for you to share this for yourself, your loved ones, your neighbor, a stranger staring on the street. Your gut feeling when it comes to looking at somebody, I see 30 people in a waiting room at MD Anderson, but my gut feeling, and I believe it's the Holy Spirit, tell me that person needs to hear this. But I really want to stand up on the table and say, hey everybody, let me tell you what I know. And what these son of a biscuit eaters don't want you to know. Alright? Because remember these three things I said in the beginning. It can't hurt you. It's safe. It's effective for all cancers. Alright? And you can do it with whatever conventional treatment you want. Alright? And the comments will stay open on this video. Look me up on Facebook, mycancerstory.rock. David Owen, what I am on Facebook. When you think there's no answer, you think there's no way ahead, don't give up. Don't give up. Be positive. Your mind controls your body, and the man controls your spirit. Believe it, know it, and make it happen. Alright? Do what you think is right. God bless. See you later. And I'm going to start putting out some more videos for all of you because I love you and thank you for standing by me. This is a free reign nomad coming at you because you never know what's going to happen next. But I ain't dead yet.